Alright, hey guys, this is Akrama. We're looking at BloodWolf do some jungle Lee Sin against the Zed, which is a pretty weird matchup. You don't see it that often. Unfortunately, I just had an issue where my mic wasn't working, so I was just talking to myself for 10 minutes. Unfortunate. Mistakes happen, I guess. So, off the bat, I noticed there are a lot of good things to talk about this game, so hopefully you can keep your attention span, or keep your attention for like 10-15 minutes to really go over some of these key points. For starters, looks like you're starting red buff, which I don't really like. Blue buff would be a way better start, especially if you look at the matchups where you have a Fiora top. And Fiora versus Teemo is just a lane where Fiora's should be crippled most of the time. So what I would advocate is almost always starting blue buff with almost every jungler, unless you're planning on invading. And if you're invading, okay. But it's not higher. It is a little bit higher risk, high reward. But a lot of times you can end up with some downtime if they start an unexpected side. So I don't like to bank on the consistency of other junglers to do what I expect them to do. I mean, in a way I do, I guess. But I'm getting a little bit too like abstract here. We'll stick to the basics. But basic point: 3 minutes 10 seconds, hot spot for ganking top. Just the perfect time. This is a perfect matchup to be doing it. So keep that in mind. You also get a better leash, like every time. So I would say start bottom side on pretty much every single jungler unless you're invading. And if you are invading, you should probably try and get an idea. And I'll show you a cool little trick actually this game, so we can find out where he's getting a leash from. So you can start this red buff with a plan to invade if he starts on the correct side. So see how Thresh is right here just now? That means that he's probably starting. Actually, I can't tell. Okay, no. So Fiora showed up first, so that means she's probably not leashing. It means he probably did start red. So even though Thresh wasn't leashing, the ADC was actually gone, so that means the ADC was leashing for him. So instead of doing your invade that I think you're doing, I would just do a more standard clear path. You can see that a couple things are going on right here. So this lane trading a lot, this lane trading a lot. And by the way, I'm only gonna say things. Like I said, I accidentally messed up and saw the first 10 minutes or first 6 minutes of this game already. But I'm only gonna say the things that I already said. I won't hindsight bias you at all. You can just take my word for it. Because I had a few reads this game that you're gonna be able to pick up on, and you're gonna see how I did it, and it's gonna help you see the jungle better. So, like I said, this lane trading a lot. Mordekaiser is just a huge target to be ganked. He has, 4 health pots and boots, no Doran shield, no regen, no real health, and he has ghost, no flash, and he's at half health. So, I really like sticking around Mordekaiser here, especially after you find out the invade didn't work. He's gonna probably be the mark. We'll see, as long as he doesn't do anything too crazy. You can see bottom lane's super shoved, so that might become the mark. I really like this ward placement. It's gonna let you see where Zed goes, and Lee Sin's probably one of the best This is probably one of the best matchups for Lee Sin. Lee Sin versus Zed, because Lee Sin can counter gank Zed so freaking hard. You know what? I'll finish that point in a second. This is actually more important. So, like I said, 3 minute 10 second hotspot for ganking top, and just look at this. This is just confirmation. If you had started blue, done wraiths, and then done red, you would have gotten up here right about now. She'd be pushed. Teemo would be bait. One of the best times to gank is when both your lane partner and your lane opponent are both low. In this case, Fiora's not quite low yet. Oh damn! Looks like Mord went down. Oh, she's gonna get low though. Pretty awkward flash. So now, like, this is what I'm talking about. Perfect time right here. So you actually just now, and I skipped over this. I saw it last game, but I didn't see it this game because I was talking about Fiora. But Zed walked by here, and actually I'll back it up just so we can talk about it. I think we should see it now. So Zed comes through here. You're going to see him finish your counter jungle up. And then he's going to go around this way, which is going to mean that he's almost always ganking. Because if you were going down to his golems, he'd be going down this way. But he's going in to get down below your overextended bottom lane. So, like I was saying earlier, Zed is one of the easiest champions to counter gank. Because first of all, his gank kit sucks. His gank kit entails using his escape, and just putting out all of his damage in one little burst, and then just being super vulnerable. So, That being said, we're also about to see another thing. You're going to see in a second Thresh get a little bit more aggressive than he should be getting. So this is sort of for you, just not good at all. Um, if Thresh starts getting aggressive here when he's at a disadvantage, he's almost always getting a gank. So for you, Lee Sin, like I said, instead of doing your clear, you need to be showing up bottom lane. You need to be turning this into a big, big play, sealing the lane for them. And like see how Thresh is getting aggressive here. It could be because Fiddlesticks is so far away. By the way, and little shout out to supports, you should never be this far behind your ADC. Even if your ADC is bad, you need to be up in like right where he is, like same line where he is. So if he's getting harassed, you can harass back. Right now he's isolating himself 2-on-1, which is just a fundamental mistake of bottom lane. But enough of that. Let's get back to the jungling. So right now, Thresh getting super aggressive, screaming ganks coming, right? And what's gonna happen is you're gonna see he's pretty much dead, and you also should know the gank's coming. So there's no reason to use your little 80 damage nuke offensively. You know what I mean? You're almost always gonna turn a good situation into a bad 1-for-1. Whereas if you save that, you're gonna turn in a 2v3 fight into a 1-for-0 kill. Instead, this just snowballs the opposite way. Good thing that Lee Sin did. One of the fundamental rules of jungling is always go to the action. So in this situation, fight broke out. You got to stop your clear immediately. You got to get down there. You got to make plays happen. That's exactly what you did. That's what you need to do. Eyes on the map. Make good plays. Looks good. Top lane, Fiora still consistently shoved. I'd also keep an eye on Mordekaiser because he's also going to be shoving a lot. And I also like that you're pushing the first turret. So we'll see. Like I said, a lot of good stuff to talk about and improve on thus far. But you're still doing a pretty good job. One cheese tactic that I don't do that often, but it works pretty damn well. And I think I would do it more if I played Lee Sin because he's a way better lane ganker via the bush. So you cheese that you kill them down here, right? You go do a camp right here. That camp is effectively equal to like their spawn time. So after you finish this camp, you just come back up to lane. You know that you already blew both of their flashes. You know that it's less likely that a ward's up because a minute has passed, and most of the time they only have sweeper wards. So this situation is different. He actually didn't go like Doran's or some other GP5 start. And he actually has a ward, but that actually means he probably didn't place it. So this is almost always unwarded. You know what I mean? So just sneak on back on up here, and cheese kill him right when they come back out. You know that it's an aggressive lane. You saw Thresh getting aggressive. You can just turn that aggression on him. You see this lane's trading a lot. It's a hot spot. Like I'm saying, normally normally I'm advocating farm, but this game is totally different. It's Lee Sin, great opportunities here. Here's one right now actually, where like I'm saying, Lee Sin, great opportunities to gank like constantly or counter gank. Like I said, the matchup just fits it 100%. Zed, easy, like vulnerable to counter ganks. Fiora, vulnerable to ganks. Mordekaiser needs protection. Thresh, easy to gank. It's weird. If you have a gap closer, Thresh is really easy to counter his aggression. So a lot of good lanes to make plays on. So in this situation, you see that Mord's shoved to turret. Zed's respawning, probably doing some of his small camps right now. I'll even reveal him on the map just to give you some info. So he's almost always going to come back out. He's going to do one of these small camps, right? It doesn't really matter which one. Then he's going to have his eyes on Mordekaiser, because Mordekaiser is shoved up to the turret. He's going to at least need to hold this lane. And you kind of want to keep Mordekaiser's dumb aggression in check. So I would definitely be looking to do the Wraiths with the intentions of keeping your eyes over here. Especially because Zed's damage isn't like at least damage. It's not like you get snared, you instantly die, everyone cries and goes home. This is the kind of fight, Zed's the kind of fight where he's going to have to chase a little bit to secure the kill. So Mordekaiser really shouldn't die that quickly, so you should be able to counter gank here a lot. If he can survive long enough. But you just want to have your eyes here right now to know that this is a play like waiting to happen. Yeah, I mean, just give them the insurance. Sometimes when you're jungling, you just got to give insurance to lanes. Top lane might be another good option too. Fiora's low mana. It's actually pushing though. Okay, nice cheese. That's probably gonna draw Zed. I remember that does draw Zed up top. So you're gonna have some options here to counter jungle when Zed gets drawn top because of this giant wave. You should also be thinking about when you want to start shopping. And I do like that you're counter jungling right now. So you should start thinking about when you want to shop, because 7 minutes is rolling up, and I think you have an edge thus far, a pretty big edge. So that being said, you want to keep that edge for the next buff cycle and try and make some aggressive plays. I like that you're warding here. What I would like even better is if you could muster a level 6 Teemo right here to drop a Shroom and organize. You have a really good sort of like another, like, I don't want to overuse the word cheese, but you have another really good cheese play to set up here, where you're already in the perfect spot. You know that his lane partner Fiora's coming out to lane. You know that she's not really that strong because Fiora's not that strong early game. And you know that as soon as he finishes this wave, he's going to come through this bush and start farming his white or his wolves. So if you can get Teemo to come over here, element of surprise, mushroom, you know his flash is down, you know that Fiora's flash is down. It's just, you know, plays waiting to happen. I notice you're falling behind a little bit in levels. Not really, I guess. You are counter jogging a lot, but you're not really going that far out of your way to do it, and your success early in bottom lane sort of helped you out there. See what I mean, though? Like, how you could have cheesed him as he came through that bush? I'm assuming he came through that bush. You should be looking to sort of amp up your aggression on him. You want to give Mord a warning that he's coming. I don't even know why he's coming. Like, he shouldn't be coming. He just saw you there. He should be thinking that you're still in the area. And you're about to have a nice little advantage over him where you sent him back to base already. He's probably not going to go back to base for the next few minutes, and the new buff cycle spawning, right? So you are fully shopped. You've got a pretty massive edge, 2 longswords, spirit stone. You're good to go. Compared to his vamp scepter, you're going to kick the fucking shit out of him, especially with him losing this duel to Mordekaiser. So a couple things to talk about here. Like I said, you have an item advantage right now. You also have an experience advantage. You have a map dominance advantage, you have a lane advantage, you have all the advantages in your favor. You have to snowball that advantage and keep the pressure on him now. And this is the perfect time to do it. The buff cycles are spawning, or restarting. He just got beat up a little bit by Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser didn't really win that trade, even though I said he did. He didn't really win that trade, but he definitely brought him down a notch. So, first things first, clear camp, put your smite on cooldown if you want. You don't necessarily have to do that. If Mordekaiser's in trouble, run right out to Mordekaiser. And then after that, you should be looking to sort of, and you know what, I'll take that back. I wouldn't even do this camp. I wouldn't even put my smite on cooldown, because it's the same situation as last time, except with less cheese. As you know that he's going to go farm his jungle right after he does this, so he's going to come through one of these paths. Perfect opportunity to take his red from him, or take his blue from him. You should have made the inference that he started red this game, obviously, based on the start. So, go to his red, make it rain. So yeah, another missed opportunity here. But don't worry, because this is kind of like intermediate jungling stuff. This isn't basic jungling stuff. It's kind of harder to see, but you have to anticipate your movement, your laner. And I'm gonna reveal it on the map. He's gonna come through this bush right here. Okay, he's actually going this side. Like, he should be thinking that his red's respawning. And here's what I'm talking about with Mordekaiser insurance. Mordekaiser goes ham, like, for whatever fucking reason. When someone's clearly going out to lane, if you're in this general vicinity, you're gonna at least be able to turn that into a 1-for-1. So you really need to try and help keep his Mordekaiser's lack of awareness in check, and I don't think you're really doing that this game. And again, his red spawning, so just a great opportunity for you. It's really interesting that he's going to his wolves here. I'd be assuming that he's going towards his red. Yeah. So especially if you can get that ward out in that jungle, he'll come through here. You'll kill him real fast. You'll just completely snowball your advantage in the jungle. So yeah, definitely have to adjust your farm route based on how successful you've been in the game thus far. So yeah, a lot of good concepts in this game so far. Mid is missing, and mid is midding. Surprise, surprise. And it's also a Twisted Fate that hit level 6. Got to give that warning to your bottom lane. You know Thresh is aggressive. You know he likes to make plays. You know he's going to be trying to make plays with TF. Other thing to talk about is the TF ganks. You really have to like try and do your best to keep them in check and sort of counter gank. A lot of teams aren't organized enough to get 4-on-2 ganks going, so you're gonna sort of be the equalizer if you can make these 3-on-3 ganks. Even the even equalizer. Let's go with equalizer. Like, I think that sounds better. But you're gonna sort of counter Thresh's aggression. You're gonna counter TF's aggression, and by showing up bottom lane through the lane here. River's more likely warded, and it's less tricky. And I'm all about being tricky. I'm a tricky motherfucker. You came in at the perfect time, and the other thing I forgot to talk about with Thresh is Threshes love, especially like more inexperienced Threshes, love to hit Q the second time, which pulls them into fucking melee range and makes them a sitting duck. He's not even that tanky. So a lot of times you can use that to your advantage. Pretty poor flay. You look like a little trigger shy on your Q there. I would have Q'd in as soon as the flay was down. I'd still be looking to float around this lane, and I'm not trying to be hindsighty because his enemy Zed just did ping on the way, for a few reasons, especially at higher level play. When you show up to a lane as a jungler, the enemy jungler usually starts to ush his way over to that side of the map, just in response to your movement. That's what he should be doing. But the other thing is they lost this trade, and they are aggressive players. So or they're against aggressive players. So maybe you want to do your white real fast and put your smite on cooldown. But you definitely want to come back down here through lane, and give these guys the insurance they need. You are a traveling insurance salesman. You need to insure your team at all times. They should be trying to let this push too. I don't know why she's auto-attacking. Oh, check it out, and that's the other thing I didn't even mention. Well, I kind of talked about it. TF MIA, be the equalizer here. I didn't even think about that the second time, but yeah, when your lanes are at half and TF's MIA, he's going. You know, he's roaming. And look where he ulted in. You know, like if you're right over here, you can get down here in time, and you make him really vulnerable. So I have like a really weird tickly cough in my throat. Yeah, I am a little under the weather. I got sick this weekend. Went out too much. Did too many stupid things. Don't like going this way, because if you're going this way, you're against 3 range champions that are just going to lob spells over the wall, especially since it gives vision. And there's really no benefit to going this way. So, I don't know, there's not really... I'm sorry, it sounds like I have fucking cum in my throat or something like that. But yeah, I'm just not feeling that hot. But anyways, like I said, no benefit to going to the right. In each time you make a decision in League, you need to make it with this cost-benefit analysis. What are you risking by going this way, and what are you gaining? You are gaining 0, and you're risking even an auto attack. An auto attack is a small loss for the other team. But in this case, it's even more risky. There's pulls, there's flays, gold cards, Quinn slows, Quinn jumps, blinds, fucking everything. Really bad flash. I don't know what the hell he's thinking there. That flash is never good. They just had dragon if they wanted it, and that's just like a classic case of poor aggression. Because first of all, Mordekaiser is shoving middle. Second of all, they just want a pretty massive jungle or fight in bottom lane, and successful ganks bottom lane in the 8-minute mark are almost always dragons. It's a little bit harder because Zed's a little bit behind, but this could turn into a dragon for you guys. Probably not, unless you can get more control over Zed. I don't know, Fiddle's just beating his dick here. I'm not too sure. A lot of wasted time here. I don't really like it. I mean, so you know that you killed their TF, and I haven't seen Quinn for like 20 seconds, so I'm assuming she just backed to base. It looks like she actually is here, so maybe I'm wrong about that. But the biggest thing is, I mean, you have like 3 jungle camps here to farm. So here's me reverting to the farm mentality. I would just probably leave this farm to Fiddlesticks under turret and just get the free stuff. You getting it is fine too, but someone has to be getting it. So by you two beating your dicks in the bush, you're just kind of missing out. You know, just be decisive. Be decisive. Take what's given, and don't always look for the big plays. Which is, I know it's a little bit contrary to what I said, but I mean, you don't always have to be ganking. Even if you get aggressive here and you get overly aggressive, that was really nice, by the way. If Zed counterganks, you could be in a world of hurt and be risking dragon. And it looks like Fiddle's just not even fucking at his keyboard. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but he's definitely not surprise partying whatsoever. And your Tristana's a little bit behind, so she kind of just needs to... Yeah, I mean, this definitely does help her. I just wouldn't expect it to work that often. Excuse me. Shit, I need to get some water or something. But nice play. I mean, the big thing is, what are you risking with the Zed counter gank? You could be risking a lot. You should be able to turn this into Baron, but at lower levels, why did I say Baron? Fucking, if you turn this into Baron that hasn't even spawned yet, I would give you mad props. I'd also ask you to teach me. So you can usually turn this into Dragon, but at lower levels, this is a really throwy move because people are going to do it poorly. Fiddlesticks isn't going to zone. Mordekaiser isn't going to zone, and it's just not going to be well warded. It's just going to be a risky play. So I'm okay with you just not dragoning here and just defaulting to farm. Good junglers are going to be alert to the fact that they have dominance over you right now because they just pushed you out of the jungle and back to base slash to farm camps. Now, okay, now definitely turning into dragon because with Zed dead, they have no way of contesting it. You have a ghost. If you saw that breaking out, it definitely should have stayed. You still can, yeah, you can still turn that into dragon. Damn, dude, I am under the weather. I can't even speak, but I like almost never can actually speak well. which is really ironic because my military job is speaking. So, so yeah, definitely this was a safe dragon opportunity. Definitely missed opportunity here. Keep an eye on bottom lane, fucking Mushroom Kingdom over here, Wario World, I don't know what you want to call it. It doesn't look like he needs help, but soon he's gonna hit the point where he might start struggling, unless he can oppress oppress Fiora more. Man, this cough is killing me. I don't know how the fuck, what the fuck happened. This Mordekaiser's aggression is so out of whack. Really risky play by you, Mr. Tristana. I'll give you a couple reasons. It's not let me pause, so I won't even I won't pause and look at it again. But I mean, you just want to be getting this farm and shoving it to turret as fast as possible. Going for kills right now isn't going to catch you up, and you are pretty immensely behind in the game. So you want to use those successful plays by Lee Sin to just farm your lane and catch up. There's nothing wrong with sitting there and farming when other plays are being made on the map, especially when you get behind. It only takes a few minutes to catch up too in farm, or in experience. Core, let me know what you think about the quality of the content of this video so far. I'm pretty happy with it. I know I'm stumbling a little bit, but there's a lot of good concepts in this video. New ones that I don't even discuss that often either. So, by the way, Core is my friend watching right now, so I can see him chatting in the stream. Thus, I'm talking to him when I say that. You guys are going into COD mode. COD mode is Call of Duty mode, where you're all just trying to roam around and get kills. Super risky play here by Fiddlesticks. Like, as you can see, he's not mobile when he does his damage, and he's not going to be able to ever get that kill. So, and with so many people MIA, he's just risking death. So, ugly play. Turn, you kind of like, you guys kind of countered them. It's like, Fiddlesticks was being a retard, and then they baited them into being retards. And then you guys became like the victors. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. You guys gotta have each other's back here. Definitely a misplay by you. I know you're trying to zone this Lee Sin. Let's go back to that. Okay, so just cause that kill worked on Fiddlesticks' play worked doesn't necessarily make that play good. It was not a good play. Poor aggression happened to work out. It baited the enemy team, but definitely you lacked a little bit of map awareness there. With top lane, the cool thing about a champion like Lee Sin is he's really good at exerting dominance and presence over two lanes, especially when they're adjacent. So when you don't have to babysit this Teemo top, that gives you a monstrous advantage over the map, and it's really interesting. Winning each lane gives you a different advantage. Winning top lane gives you a dragon advantage and the advantage of you have more presence middle and bottom. Winning bottom lane means you have, again, a dragon advantage because you're going to be winning the fights there. And you're also getting two people stronger at the same time. And it allows you, again, to focus on two lanes. So it's sort of like the mirror image of that. And then winning middle lane gives you an advantage over three lanes. It's just not in your hands. But you can sort of synergize with your mid laner by roaming with them, if he's a roamer. So you have to use the success of whatever lane that's winning, and you have to kind of use that to your own advantage. Through one of those methods, by taking dragon, by roaming with your middle, or by just snowballing the other side of the map, or protecting the other side of the map. Sometimes you're just damage control. So we're approaching the 15-minute mark, which is where I'm gonna stop this one. And like I said, I'm pretty happy with how this came out. At this point, what you guys need to do is you need to focus on getting Tristana back in the game. The only way they really come back here is by TF killing Teemo. No, I'm just kidding. Even if TF kills Teemo, not the biggest thing in the world. You can turn this into a dragon right now. TF's top. This might be, look, you just saw Zed going top. You have all these people middle. You don't know, fucking Thresh middle. What the hell is going on there? But yeah, it's just a free dragon waiting to happen. So if you're not responding to this up here, okay, let me break down like this. Each time a gank happens, especially if it's an enemy jungler ganking, you need to respond by either A, going to go sweep up like you did with that first play, or B, doing something on the other half of the map. And see, you got here a little bit late. You still managed to make the play, but the concept's still important. You gotta be a little bit careful about how you handle this. You're a little bit low energy right now, and Fiora's sustained auto attack damage is gonna be a real bastard. Good job though. Okay, so again, you got 2 kills, great, but you could have also gotten a dragon there. I shouldn't say also. Instead, you could have gotten a dragon and more map control. And you could have also controlled the Tristana better. Like I said, this Tristana needs insurance really badly. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. Sometimes you just get behind. Just not good at all. Sometimes you get behind. It's not a big deal. And we're at the 15-minute mark, and you just shop. So that's a good place to cut it. So I can't even remember all the things that were said in this video, but I would just watch it multiple times. I'm not usually this proud about my videos. I'll be the first to tell you when I don't think a video came out well. But there are just a lot of good things I think to talk about here. So remember, as a jungler, even if your team sucks monstrous dick, there are things that you can do to turn that around. You can use your teammates as bait. In the case of bottom lane, their aggression, the enemy aggression, is increasing because your bottom lane is struggling. Turn that back on them. Try and interfere down there before Quinn becomes 9-2, and you'll see results. You'll help Tristana get back in the game, and you'll keep Quinn from snowballing. You're getting a little bit too close range there, Tristana. I'm not gonna get into ADC talk because I don't honestly even know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to that. But at the same time, the video's over, and I hope it was good. So let me know what you guys think. I'll probably throw this one on YouTube. Take care. Thanks.